What we're gonna do now is to add database functionality to our application. In order for us to be able to store data and retrieve the data that we stored, or also edit the data that we stored, we will need to add a database to the application. In desktop or window applications like this, it's always recommended that we create databases that can be embedded with the application. Unlike web applications, which you can have an external database server to store your data, desktop applications usually involves embedded applications such that when the application is distributed to clients, it can be installed as well as the database. So the client doesn't need to install the database separately. Okay, so what we're going to do is that we're going to use the embedded database called DB. Now DB is a tiny database server, but it comes as a Java jar file. Okay, so you can go online and search for db.jar and download it and then add it to your list of libraries, and you can now create it as a NetBeans library and use it as an external jar file, and add it to your desktop application as the embedded database. Alright, if you don't understand what I'm saying, let me show you. In my NetBeans project directory, I have a folder called libraries. I created this folder, and inside my libraries folder I have a whole lot of libraries, external libraries from third-party vendors that I've downloaded and I'm using for my applications, and one of them is Derby. I created each folder or each library. I created a folder for each library, and all these folders I created them and named them, so that, these names I gave them so that I can remember them. And you can name them whatever you want, just make sure you give it a name that you can remember. So this DB folder contains the db.jar and some other information that we may need. Oops, appears I double clicked on it. So the db.jar is the external library for the DB database, and it enables you to write applications that uses an embedded database. So we're going to make use of this and add it to our project. Alright, so if you can go online and download this db.jar, simply add it in a folder like this. You can put it in another super folder called libraries inside your NetBeans project, or you can store it anywhere in your system, provided you'll be able to navigate and get to it. So once you've done that, you can come over to the NetBeans ID and go to tools and then click on libraries, and then you see this list of libraries. Most of these libraries were pre-bundled with NetBeans when you installed them. The NetBeans installed them for you, but not some of them here I added them, like this custom look and feels. Okay, like this date picker and date chooser and DB as well. Okay, so you probably won't have DB in your NetBeans, and if you wish to create a library, you can click on this new library. When you click on it, it asks you for the name of the library. You can give it whatever name you want. That was how I created this library called DB. So you can type the library name called DB and click on OK. Okay, I'm not gonna create it because I've already created it already. So you can type DB and click on OK, and then it will create a library called DB for you. Now, in order to add the jar file to the DB library, you have to come over to this class path, and then you click on add jar struct folder. When you click on that, it will open up a window. It could be pointing anywhere. In this case, it's looking inside my document. So you can open up this window, and here's my NetBeans projects document, and inside it I have this libraries folder. Inside the libraries folder I have this DB folder, and then inside the DB folder inside the Debbie folder, I have this Debbie.jar. So you can select the Debbie.jar and click on add jar script folder. I'm gonna click on cancel because I already have the Debbie.jar in the class path of my Debbie library. But essentially, this is how you create a library and add jar files to the library. Okay, sometimes a particular library may contain more than one jar files, so you can, after adding the first one, you can add another jar file and keep on adding as many jar files as the library requires. Alright, so that's how you create the Debbie library. Once you've done that, you should have a Debbie library in the list of libraries here, and then you can come over to your project. Here's the project we are working on, sales record application, and then you can right click on the project, and then you can click on properties, and this is the properties window of the project. Then you can select libraries. Okay, as you can see, I have not added any library to the project, so you can select libraries, and then you click on add library over here, and then you can select the Debbie library, and then you click on add library, and then the Debbie library will be added to the list of libraries for this project, and then you can click OK. Once you click OK, you can observe that under libraries here, let me expand this. The libraries here, you can see that Debbie.jar is one of the libraries that are being used by the sales record application. Like take for example, let's take a look at this automated timetable project that I've been working on for now. If you expand these libraries, you see that I've added several I have added like two libraries, the Debbie library and the Extreme library. A Debbie library which contains only Debbie.jar, and the Extreme library which contains like 3 jar files. Okay, you can see the Extreme -1.4.7.jar and this XML pool -1.1.3.1.jar and this xpp3_min-1.1.4c.jar. So these are the 3 jar files that I've used on this Extreme library, and like I said, those are third-party libraries. You can find the libraries over here in this my library directory. You can see that I have a folder called Extreme 1.4.7, and in this lib I have all those jar files like this Extreme 1.4.7.jar, and here is the XML pool and the xpp3 stuff.jar. Alright,